Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the fatigue failure. What is fatigue failure? Fatigue failure is the phenomena in which a component fails when the fluctuating loading conditions are there. That is, the value of the load is varying in magnitude and direction with respect to time. Suppose a component is subjected to this type of loading condition as shown in this graph. You can see that the stress is varying with time. This is the time. Okay friends, with respect to time the stress is varying, and also with respect to time the direction of the load or stress are also varying. It is very evident, it is a sinusoidal variation. Now friend, under this type of loading condition the material fails, then it is called as the fatigue failure. Now friend, it is very harmful that if you design a component which is not designed on the basis of the fatigue criteria, because over 80% of the components in engineering fail under fatigue failure. And the second thing is that this type of failure is very sudden. So this is very dangerous situation. And the next thing is that the material fails at a stress level which is far below than the yield strength and tension of the component. That's why it is very important to consider the fatigue failure in the design of the machine component. Okay friend, and the next thing is that we have to consider that we will understand the fatigue failure in a practical way. Suppose in your childhood you have played with a wire which you will be able to broke by bending it in the up and down direction. Suppose you take a wire and to bend the wire like this, and in the next step you are again applying the force in opposite direction, that is the bending is taking place in the opposite direction. Then it is very evident from our experience of childhood that breaking this wire is very easy for us. Why? Because here the loading is such that it is varying in magnitude and direction. That's why we are able to break this wire. This is just because of the fatigue failure phenomena. Okay, now friends, let us see the practical example in which the fatigue failure takes place. Fatigue failure takes place in almost all the practical situations, such as the transmission shafts fails under fatigue failure, gears fails under fatigue failure, suspension springs fails under fatigue failure, and also bridges fails under fatigue failure. So there are lots of examples for the failure of the component under the fatigue phenomena. So this was all for the topic friend. I hope you will like my video, and if you like my video you can subscribe to my channel. So thank you friend for watching my video.